What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to us yet, go ahead and do so now. Hit the bell for notifications, that way you don't miss any new content. Let's go ahead and get right into it. This is going to be a very wrestle-centric episode of this, or maybe I should say old school WWF episode. If it's not your thing, I totally get it, but it'd be cool if you stuck around. Maybe if you used to be into it when you were younger, this would be a cool trip down memory lane. So first off, we got Mean Gene Okerlund here. I was always a fan of this guy when I was a kid. This figure is going to go really good. I've got this new backstage diorama playset. It's not really a playset, just a backstage diorama that I'm going to be putting together. And there's a spot for backstage interviews. And I think figure photography with this Mean Gene Okerlund right here is going to be great. Looking at the figure, it's a really good likeness to him. Even though I'm not sure if he was actually alive when they were doing the head scans for these. He very well possibly could have been. But yeah, if not, then the sculptor did a fantastic job on this. He's got some pretty defined shoulders here. Mean Gene's looking pretty beefy, but that's okay. I think they wanted to do the old school WWF emblem, but they had to get as close as they possibly could with this updated one after the lawsuit, where they dropped the F, they got the F out, and became the WWE instead. Really cool figure. I think he's going to look awesome next to some other figures. Let's go ahead and put well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene. Let's put a Hogan in here with him. And yeah, that looks pretty cool. This is going to be really fun to set Mean Gene up with these older figures. Okay, get out of here, Hulkster. The Pukester, as some would call him. Okay, moving right along. Let's talk about Legion of Doom, right? Oh, what a rush. I have had the Mattel Legion of Doom here for a little while. Looking awesome. Great figures, great likeness. The accessories with these are fantastic. One thing has always been missing, because I would have to do a little bit of history and look into it to see if these actually came with the tag team titles. I'm not sure if they did, but yeah, I'll look into that. But they're missing it. They don't look right without it. And if you've ever tried to find those old school tag team titles for Legion of Doom, you know how much they cost. It's like through the roof on eBay right now. So another collector from a wrestling group that I'm in, we came to a little agreement and made a trade ski or two, and I wound up getting the World Tag Team Championships for these two. So let's go ahead and stop the video, slap them on there. And there you have it, Legion of Doom here with their championship titles. Really makes the figures pop. It's really the way that I remember them from being a kid. So really happy about that, and really happy that I didn't get raked over the coals to get those things too, because man, I was buying those off of eBay, especially with the figures. If you get the figures with the titles, God, you're going to have to finance it through PayPal just about. It's crazy what they're worth. Oh yeah, hey, one disclaimer. Come on, Mean Gene, what are you doing? So the keen-eyed collector is going to notice that the microphone that Mean Gene has is not the one that came with that figure. It's one from the rest of my WWE figures that just doesn't have the WWE symbol on there. And coming up next, we have another, I would say, ancillary character. No real wrestling ring setup is complete without a referee. Now, if you've been collecting wrestling figures for a long time, you know that these referees can be few and far between, really hard to find, and really expensive once you finally get your hands on one. Not too long ago, I want to say probably maybe less than a year, there was a Build-A-Figure wave, or a BAF wave of Mattel Elites. We could build a dangerous Danny Davis figure. Found him on eBay because it would be cheaper than buying the entire line, which I didn't want. I just wanted this referee figure. So I found him. The picture that I saw looked complete, and then when I opened it up, this is what I found inside of there. It is. I do have all the pieces of the Build-A-Figure, but they are completely disassembled. There's the extra hands are in there as well. The open palm, so you can get the ref down on the mat and really simulate him doing the 3 count. Let's go ahead. Let's try to get this thing put together so we can see exactly what he looks like. So we got Dangerous Danny Davis all assembled here. Pretty good looking figure. You can see the old school ref attire from the old WWF here, which looks great. He's going to look really cool inside the ring with other figures for some fig photography. Only thing, I think that his hand is a little bit, or his arms maybe disproportionate. They may be just a little bit too long for the body, but that's okay. I think once we get him into some dynamic posing, he is going to look just fine there. So we'll sit him in the back. Okay. Got this in the mail as well. One of my favorite old school LJNs from the day. So if that's going to date me here a little bit. We've got, let's see if we can get him there. We got Junkyard Dog here. With his signature chain there, looking good. He's really going to help round out this display once it actually gets done. So that's all I have for the Mattel Elites that I've been purchasing. Man, I really want to set these up for some fig photography. I'm going to have to do that pretty soon, carve out some time. So hopefully you like these. If you're a big fan of old school WWF, once I get this fig photography done, or started at least, you're going to enjoy some of that content that comes. All right, so I've got 2 things left. Not quite done with old school WWF just yet. We're done with Mattel Elites, but I got one more thing in the mail, and you can always tell when you're purchasing from another collector, because of the way that they package things when they send them to you. There's a big difference between someone who found some stuff up in the attic and is trying to move it because they saw an episode or 2 of The Toys That Made Us, versus somebody who's been doing this for a good while now. In my earlier episodes of this, you may have seen the Hasbro WWF ring with the figures that I have, and I talked about doing a ring restoration. One of the pieces that finally came in, and I got to show you how this was packaged. It's the flag, right, that sticks in the ring. If you can see this, I mean, it is just bubble wrapped in there. I mean, they took so much care to get this to me. It's in its own individual bag with another layer of bubble wrap underneath it, which I'm really, really happy about, just due to the fact that this is kind of an expensive piece. Get it out of the bag here. Yep, there it is, and this will pop onto the top of, I believe, any one of the 4 ring posts that ring comes with. And see, now that I have this, God, this sticker's looking pretty rough, but I do have a set of repros that came in the mail. So I'll be taking these off of there if it gives me any trouble, a little bit of Goo Gone on there, and put those repro stickers on there, and it'll be looking fantastic. The only thing that I'm missing so far is just that championship title that the ring came with. Everything else, like I'm completely ready to do that ring restoration video, which is going to be a ton of fun, I think. Hopefully it's not super frustrating. Okay, so last thing. Got this from my buddy Matt. You should definitely go check out his channel at Toy Bros. And Matt was cool enough to send me this Beskar Mandalorian from the Black Series. I have the first one that came out when he's got kind of the arm or the brown tint on his armor, but this one comes in the full Beskar kit along with the jetpack right there, the Rising Phoenix, wasn't lucky enough to get the 2-pack that comes with the child, or Grogu now, with his what's that, floating baby carrots that he comes with. But that's fine. I already have a little tiny baby Yoda Grogu that I can display with this. So yeah, that's really, really cool. Really appreciate that from him. You know, Toy Bros looking out for Toy Bros. Man, he looks kind of weird in this wrestling ring, does he? But anyway, so that's going to wrap it up for this video. Hopefully you liked it. Like I said at the beginning, like and subscribe, leave me a comment, hit the bell for notifications. That way you don't miss out on any future content. And we'll see you next time. Bye.